Are you there? Are you there? Are you scared or prepared for the moment? You the answer to the question, gotta know it, then you own it. Every morning, wake up, thank the Lord when I rise. Turn on the board, make a beat, wipe the coal of my eyes. No obstruction to my vision on this beautiful day. Grapefruit, tinted sunrise here in VA. It's like it's Groundhog Day, the same time, same clock. They rock the same clothes, same grind, same block. Coppers trying to lock 'em, but the
All right, so we about to jump into this season 4, episode 1 of the Where My Dad's At podcast. We coming back to you. It's crazy, man. It's been a few months, man, but we back.
Yeah, we're about 3 months off.
Yeah, it took 3 months off. Yeah.
We definitely needed to regroup, get our minds back to focus, whatever, take a little mental break. Everybody needs a mental break. So
Yeah.
I think once the mental break was done, I think we're gonna have a good couple of shows coming up for everybody. So I think we're good to go.
I think so too. I know for me, we took our break, August, September, and that's back to school time.
Yeah.
So for me, it's crazy busy, and I know for you, it's crazy busy.
Yeah.
We had back to school time. We had soccer season starting up for the kids.
Yep.
So it was crazy busy for me. But we're back. It's season 4, and this is about to be the biggest season ever. This is about to be the best season ever. So I advise everybody to tune in.
Yeah.
I advise everybody to check us out and stick with us. Share it, please. When you see us go live on Instagram, share it out there. The YouTube pages. Just make sure, like you're gonna see the face of the podcast. He's gonna pop on here at some point, and he's gonna tell you to share. Like, comment, subscribe, and please listen to him when he tells you to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's big for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, look, I even took it so far as to go out knowing that this is season 4, the biggest season yet. Mm-hmm. I'm looking over there at the live. We supposed to be looking at this camera.
There we go.
Knowing this the biggest season yet, I went out and got podcast pants. I'm not even going to tell you how expensive these pants were for this podcast. I'm not even going to tell you where they came from. It's from like France or Italy or something. It's this place called Target. It's like, yeah.
If it's with a J, it got to be expensive.
It's expensive, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't had them flown in especially. So, yeah, man, I had to get me some podcast pants. What you think?
Hey, man, look like some good pants, man.
Yeah, they call rip stops.
Rip
so
stop?
You can't rip them, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Legit.
You know what I mean? Podcast pants just for y'all, for the viewers.
Oh, yeah.
Podcast pants, but
yeah.
nah, for real. Yeah, man, I'm just happy to be back. And that brings me to a question, though. Like, not to get off subject, because we're back. Season 4, episode 1. We wanna touch these topics and stuff we got, but is that a big deal for a man to ask another man, like, hey man, how I look in these pants?
No, I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we all want to make sure we walk out looking correct, right?
Yeah.
Make sure we ain't looking like, Dodo the Fool or nothing like that, man. So I don't think it's a problem with it, personally.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know some people who are funny about that.
No,
I'm not. I'm good. I mean, you can ask me whatever.
Yeah.
And people who know me, I'm just gonna be like, I might laugh or whatever, but I'm gonna give you my honest opinion.
Right.
And it's never a thing of like, man, a man not supposed to ask another man that question. Nah, man. Like, I went out, I spent some money on these pants in France at Target. I want to know if they look good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Especially people from France, man. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, so that's what it is. So,
Croissants.
Some croissants? What's that?
Croissants.
Croissants?
Yeah.
Oh, man, croissants are good, man. I didn't get any croissants when I was in France because I didn't really go to France. But the store that I got these from, Target, I heard they be shipping and stuff from France. So they probably got some croissants at Target.
Oh, gotcha.
They probably got some. But, yeah, we back. Season 4,
we're
episode
back.
1. We got so many things coming. We got so many interviews lined up. So many important people. We want to give them just a little preview of who we have coming through.
Yeah, so a little sneak peek. So for our first roundup coming up on, I believe it's going to be next week, we have Mims. Mims Love. Mims Love has her own dentistry practice over here on High Street. She been training with me since 2015.
Okay.
2015. So she been a big she been like a big shadow contribute to Team Mark or whatever. Like, come see me early in the morning and stuff like that. So she's going to be coming on talking about the benefits of a healthy mouth. Healthy mouth can affect everything else, like overall your body and stuff like that. So she's gonna come on and talk to y'all.
We need that.
After that, we're gonna have I believe it's gonna be my cousin Booby. Yeah. Everybody else knows him as Darnell, but he told me to say Booby. My cousin Booby, he's gonna come and tell you when he started training and his little fiascos when I was younger about his age, like about waking him up in the bed and stuff like that. He got funny stories to tell too. Yeah. We have, I believe, somebody from your church is gonna be coming as well.
Yeah, we're gonna have a real good brother. I got a couple people coming through from the church. But one of the gentlemen, one of the brothers, basically had to have like brain surgery. Okay. Yeah. So like it was a miraculous thing. He came through, and still doing his thing. I'm not going to speak to the extent of how it affected his life. I'll let him do that. Right. But his story was shared at the church, so it just amazed me. Okay. And so I feel like it would do a lot of people some good to hear a story like that. Yeah. He's got kids, and I'll let him come on here and tell his story. For sure. I also have another story with a father who has a older son. He's not out of the house. I mean, he's not like married or anything like that. His son is at that age where he's trying to get out some creative outlets and start some businesses and different things, and he's into making music. Okay, so nice. The gentleman Anthony, he makes music, and him and his son are now making music. Okay. So I thought, again, that's an awesome thing to share with people. Okay. To see like those different walks of life when it comes to fatherhood and different things like that. So those are two of the people. So we got them coming on. Yeah. We also have my sister Jessica Thomas. She's gonna be coming on. She's gonna talk about my knucklehead syndrome when I was younger, whatever, how it came about. She said that she's gonna open up. She's very open about her about going to therapy as well, how the benefits for her going to therapy. So she's open up about that as well. So that's good. Right. My boy Brandon Hobson, you might see him. A couple people probably seen him already. He be making these funny clips on Facebook, whatever, and I think he does stuff on YouTube already. Yeah, he makes some music.
Educational.
Yeah, educational hits, whatever, for the kids, whatever. So
I love it.
Especially, talk about, this podcast, where my dad's at, whatever, we try to base it on family and kids and, overall everything, whatever. So that's probably a good thing for him to come on board, whatever, and get his side of the story. Right. And he's a teacher, you said, right? He's a teacher in Chesapeake. I don't know what school it is.
I don't know either.
But yeah, he's a teacher. I think for first grade. He said first grade, so it might be first grade.
And it's crazy because, like, with him being a teacher, his impact on kids is crazy. It's phenomenal. A lot of people don't know that when it comes to male role models and stuff like that, coaches, teachers, sometimes that's the only ones that kids have in their lives. So, I mean, for him, it sounds like with him utilizing music, that's kind of right on the level of the kids. It kind of gets them where, we start learning nursery rhymes and different things like that. Right. And if you can use that music as a vehicle to learn, then that's awesome. And for him to be in the kid's life at that early of an age and kind of leave an impression on them, sounds like a cool person to talk to.
Well, yeah. So we got him, and man, we got plus some more, man. I gotta look at the roster. So pretty much we came with a full roster this season. Rather than us having topic, we have each show, we have somebody being different coming on board, whatever. So that's why I said this season is going to be different. It's going to. Oh my God, it's going to be good, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. Stay tuned.
Definitely, and we even have some guests that right now, because of different legal things, not that them having legal issues, but we gotta wait for the contracts and we gotta wait for the behind the scenes business. We got some musicians that may slide through here, and they may come through here and do an interview, but then they may also leave us with some original music work. They might come through and bless us with some music. I think
your boy might be coming up with some rapping, whatever.
You never know. We got one comment on the Instagram. Yeah. Shout out to the Instagram. Those watching us live, we definitely appreciate you. Again, share it. If you're into anything having to do with positivity, fatherhood, parenting, and just living life and going through life, walking through life, and trying to help each other through life, please check us out. Because like I said, we got a couple. We might have one or two people, that retired from behind the badge come through and give us some insight on, being on that side of police work and stuff like that, police interactions.
Yeah.
We definitely got some things lined up. So we're excited. As you can tell, we're excited now.
Yeah.
You may notice that the set is the same. It's October right now in Virginia. We are by the pool. October in Virginia. We are by the pool.
We shouldn't be near the pool, man. It should be winter scarves, caps,
hoodie season.
Fall, pretty much hoodie season,
hoodie
right?
Season. It should be.
You see me, I have my flip flops, I have my short. I mean, I attempted to wear long pants like you,
right.
But I was like, man, I'm letting these legs breathe, man. I'm letting
Look, the only reason I have on these pants is because they're from France and they're made of a most wonderful breathable material.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I have them on. But it's like upper 70s right now.
Yeah, it's
It
silly.
feels like we're in another state.
It's silly, man. Like, I don't know. It's that Virginia weather, right?
It really is.
And then maybe a couple of weeks from now, whatever, it's gonna be like, oh, everybody got the coats on, whatever.
Right.
Like, it's gonna be crazy, man.
Yeah.
And that's what's called sick season.
Yeah,
Everybody gets sick.
Definitely sixth season. And just talking about the weather brings to my mind too. We have some family members and some friends that live in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
We definitely have family and friends in Carolina.
Yeah.
So we just want to make sure that we, let them know that we're thinking about them and that our hearts go out to any of them dealing with any devastation right now from the recent storm. I think it was Milton and Helene.
Yeah, man.
Right before Milton, it was Helene. And so, so, the first thing that comes to mind when I think Milton is Milton Bradley, but obviously the storms is no joke, no game. Definitely want to give a shout out to them. And like I said, season 4, episode 1, we're gonna do things a little bit bigger, a little bit better. We're not gonna change who we are or what we do.
Absolutely not.
But we're gonna try to up the content to make it more interesting for you, to make it something that you are excited to share and excited to watch, excited to listen to as well, because we're coming Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. That's where you're going to be able to find us. So,
yeah, I think this year our one main thing we're really trying to promote that we didn't really promote this year, that we all can promote this year, that my son was trying to do last year, whatever. I mean, me and Will, like I said, the generations, whatever, they know more than we do, right? So we want our goal for this season, I'm going to put it out there, that I would like for this season our goal to have at least 500 subscribers.
Yes.
All right? 500 subscribers. That. So that means we need...
It's not a big deal, y'all.
It's not really a big number.
Subscribers.
It's not really a big number, but we would like you for at least for you to subscribe to the podcast and then tell your friend or whoever to subscribe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And let's keep it rolling.
Yeah.
My thing is that I'm trying to get the knowledge of what we know as dads to pass on to the younger fellas right here that probably don't have a father figure in their life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And for them to hear this, because so far the contact that I'm getting from a lot of mothers from it could be The Wire or whatever, saying that, I let my son listen to y'all podcast because their father's not in their life, and they said that myself and Will, we pretty much changed their life.
Wow.
You know what I mean? They can't afford a therapist, but for them to listen to our show, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's something that they gain because they know that we've been through it.
Right.
So my thing was it's getting broadcast, whatever, but I want to kind of more blast it more for everybody to reach it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not even worried about the fame. I'm not worried about even money's not a thing. My thing is that I want to reach the young males, even females. It doesn't. It's not
we talk about
whatever.
that.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Right.
I just want to be able to reach my voice out to everybody that needs that help. That I've been through it, he been through it. That want to hear this, whatever. So
that's big. That's big.
Yeah.
When you talk about the females and stuff like that, the thing about it is we all are dealing with different stages of life and everything, and you have people who, male, female, whatever, they have the opportunity to be a guiding light to somebody. They have the opportunity to touch somebody's lives.
Right.
So if they can pick up something that they can then take back to a brother, you may have a sister out there whose brother has just had some children and maybe going through some stressful situations. How do I balance this? How do I balance work life? Money's tight. Me and my wife, my girlfriend, or whatever, we having these issues and these different things, and you get an opportunity to maybe talk to somebody outside of your circle like us and see a different perspective on it, and then pass that on to your brother, your nephew, and just somebody you know. So that's a great thing. That's really good. Yeah, 500. I think we can get 500 in a month.
500 is not a big number.
We can get 500 on YouTube. 500 in a month, y'all.
Yeah.
Come on, we can do that.
I think our first one we did, I think Marco said we did like 198 views.
Okay.
So that's views, but subscription-wise, I think 500 is an easy number.
Right.
And I think it's a goal between me and you that we could do for this season that can be easy.
Yeah.
I think especially for the guests that we have,
Right.
we're hit it, but with y'all help, Instagram Live help,
Right.
you know, let's pass the word on. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
for sure.
local artists, I consider ourselves artists.
Right, yeah.
That's trying to help out, you know, the younger generation, even the older generation, or even our generation. Put the word out.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
We have the best views on the deer one.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
okay.
Yeah, the deer. Yeah.
you.
Yeah, he's talking about an animation we did, so
Yeah,
we're gonna have to do more of those for sure.
Yeah.
I dropped the ball on that. We're gonna have to do more animations. People like the animations for sure.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I think that was really funny. We got plenty of funny stories that we can turn into animations. So, you
Don't
talked
worry
about like the 100 and some views that we had. If we get 100+ views on multiple videos and half of those people subscribe, before you know it, we'll be at the 500.
Oh, yeah, we good.
You know what I mean? So, follow us at Where My Dad's At on Instagram. Follow us. It's The Valuable Minds on YouTube, where you will find the Where My Dad's At podcast under The Valuable Minds. And we just want everybody to tap in. So, it may sound like we begging a little bit and we trying to, but the studies have shown that, you know, you have to, and I don't think you need to go to a study to find out that closed mouths don't get fed. So we're asking for your contribution. We're asking for your help to build the podcast. You're part of the podcast, not just as a listener or a watcher, but as somebody who contributes. And that contribution could be in the form of financial or whatever. But the thing that you can do that costs nothing is to subscribe to the podcast, share the podcast. You know, just let people know about it. That's all we're asking. Like the podcast, thumbs up, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just share the podcast. Now we are the Where My Dad's At podcast, and we are dad-centric. We are talking about fatherhood and stuff. So what I thought would be an excellent thing to start off this season is just us bringing some things that kind of represent fatherhood, to represent us as fathers, and just represent what it is to be a father. And, you know, we brought some things that are significant. I'm gonna let Marco start with what he brought today.
All right,
that's
so
significant to him as a father.
So, what I brought for me to be a father. So I only have one child, right? One child. So one child for me was, I should say, something that pretty much changed overall my whole life. I wasn't the same guy 25 years ago, right?
Right.
So I think we talked about maybe like in the last podcast, whatever. We made a funny quote, but it's real though, right?
Right.
It's pretty much when the doctor put Marco in my hands. It's pretty much like everything pretty much washed away negatively that I was doing, or what I was kind of was supposed to do, and it just washed away. And I was like, man, I have this person that I need to take care of forever. Like, I don't care if you pass 18, whether this is who I need to take care of, whatever. And so this right here was pretty much our first picture that me and my son pretty much took, the like official, like, we're chilling type picture, whatever. So this picture, we was in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
And a lady, she was.
You want to go hold it up to the camera while your dad talks about it? Just go hold it up to the camera. Not too close.
You can sit this other way. Turn it around.
Flip it the other way.
You gotta see. So,
hold it up closer.
You can go closer.
You can go closer. Yeah, you're
Not
fine.
too close. Right there.
Yeah, just right there. Let them see. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
You go live on one too.
Yeah.
So with this picture right here, it's pretty much showing that, this right here, this is my son, my friend, my boy, whatever. Like pretty much, Marco goes everywhere I go.
I know y'all. Yeah,
you know what I mean. That. He goes everywhere I go.
Yeah, I love it.
And I'm not ashamed of it.
No,
you know what I mean.
No,
I'm not. It's not. It's not. I should be out hanging with the fellas, whatever.
Why?
But I don't want to.
I was gonna say why you think that?
It's not me thinking like I think it's people's expectations that they feel like thinking like you got to have some me time. You always supposed to have me time, right?
Yeah.
But my me time is my we time. This is me. It's a we thing. Me and my boy, whatever.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. I enjoy the time we can go out. We can go watch a football game somewhere at a bar. We can sit at home and just chill out together, whatever.
Yeah.
My son pretty much was my medicine to get my life together.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Besides, yes, my wife was a big contributor too, but, I was blessed. They always said, a father's blessed with a son.
Right.
Because he's like a little self of you, whatever, right?
Right.
So everything that I thought was pretty much done when I was a child, I'm doing what's right by him.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
There
So
you go.
I do what I need to do for him. Sometimes I cut myself short to get what he needs.
Right.
And that's how I base myself about. So for my father's thing, I think for this frame right here, when I come home, and I talked about this already in the other podcast too, is that when I'm feeling down and I'm feeling angry or something's negative happening to me, I think of the word proud because I'm proud to have this God in my life.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, that's significant right there. That's real big. You used the word, you said blessed. And that, looking at your son and the birth of your son and now your relationship with your son as a blessing that continues to grow and continues to be there, I think that's where we drop the ball a lot of times when it comes to that me time.
Yeah.
I think once we make certain decisions, getting married, right? Having children. Once we make certain decisions, that me time is supposed to look different, I think. Of course, we need a few minutes here and there of like solitude.
Yeah.
And every person is different. So that might mean something different to somebody else. But I think, especially at the age that your son is at right now, where you're not changing diapers and you're not dealing, he pretty much like like one of the boys that, you know what I'm saying? Like
he can get up and make himself a bowl of cereal. Now I ain't gotta wake up and like
G-rated. You know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta treat him with those in those parameters. But like if your me time, if he's that much of a part of you, it only makes sense that your me time that fills you up includes him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, your identity and everything can't be tied to him necessarily. You know what I'm saying? And like but nah, I don't see I get what you were saying about like people saying me time. I think a lot of the misinformation or a lot of the sometimes what that me time looks like for each person is different. And I think we can as a society kind of get caught up in this is what me time is for me, so that's what me time has to look like for you. And it's like, nah, me time is different. You can have some people who are genuinely filled up by just sitting there spending time with their family. Some people need a break from their family because of the hustle and bustle. Every person is different. So nah, that's awesome. That's awesome that he represents that for you. Because I'll be honest too. A lot of people, as they get older, and I had an instance like this with an older gentleman that I became friends with. He said he wished he could go back and do that again and have that instead of the other. So he looked at his me time as getting out, and I got to go ride my motorcycle, and I got to go do this, and I got to go hang with the boys, and he missed out. And he watched me start kind of like on the path with you. I started like that with my kids, and I still do that with my kids. And he said, man, I wish I could do what you're doing with your kids.
See?
And he led a different life, so maybe he didn't maybe he didn't know that was possible.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't think that was the right thing for a dad to be doing. Maybe he thought that, as a man, you got to be out in the streets doing X, Y, Z. But as he got older, he looked back and said he wished he had done different.
Yeah, see?
So that kind of brings me to like the next thing.
Okay.
One of the things that I brought that represents a father is literally a wreath that says, I don't know if the camera can pick this up.
A wreath?
But it's a wreath with a stand. It says dad in the middle, right? And so the thing about this is I actually won this as a raffle prize. So I don't think the people who put this up as a raffle prize really knew what this was.
Yeah, I'm looking at. I really didn't realize it till Marco. I thought it was like flowers in the box, but I'm looking at. I'm kind of like, oh,
what does that look like to you?
That looks like somebody went bye.
That looks like somebody went bye, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at it, and I was thinking the same thing. I was like, wow, I just won a raffle prize of basically like funeral flowers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
okay, tell me that. Yeah.
This is what this kind of struck up to me.
Okay.
Or what kind of stirred up in me. When this happens, inevitably it's going to happen for all of us.
Yeah.
What's the legacy? You know what I'm saying? This is just artificial flowers that say dad, and we're gonna have something like that on our grave or whatever like that.
Yeah.
But like this just helps me to look forward and be like, when this day comes, what will people say about me and what will people think about me?
I got you.
So as a dad, I think that's so important because like it's so easy to get lost in every moment, every stress, every issue. And we kind of forget, like long term, what are we living for as dads? What legacy do we want to leave behind? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So another piece, moving on from something that people could look at as negative and morbid. Nah, to me, first of all, I want to be celebrated when that day comes. Right?
Oh yeah, I believe. Me too.
Yeah, right. I want to be celebrated.
Yeah, I want nobody crying. I want y'all to be celebrating, man.
And if all they can afford is a $7 wreath from Walmart, that's okay. That's okay.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bigger than that is like the legacy and what people thought.
Yeah.
Speaking of legacy, this piece of artwork right here
I love
is an artist that I know personally, and I will put his social media and stuff in here. I know him as Jerry. I know him as Bless the Genius. And this is not the original piece of artwork, but I do have original pieces of art from him. This is actually a print, but this print right here symbolizes to me a bunch of kings coming together. Like I feel like we can come together as fathers. I think it symbolizes, again, the unity. It symbolizes valuable minds. We all have something to share with each other. But the unity and the camaraderie and just coming together, to me, is what's symbolized in this piece of art. And I think I would like to make it the official art piece of the Valuable Minds. You know what I'm saying?
We are.
We are.
I was about to say, we are. This is going to be. I want to blow it up and make it as a background drop, whatever, and then make sure we don't get no copyright. Nobody copyright pretty much our background.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah. So that's what I sat and I looked through. He has so many unique pieces of art. He's very much into representing a positive black male role model and just like representing just like positivity in the community and bringing beauty to the community and beauty to what it is to be a man and what it is to just to live. I love it. So
nice.
I wanted to make sure that we supported him. I wanted to make sure that like I said, I have some other artwork from him. Matter of fact, my daughter's got a huge piece from him that she has on her wall, and I've got a smaller piece. But if y'all get a chance, check him out. Look him up. Bless the Genius. His name is Jerry, and again, I will make sure that right here somewhere I'll put his social media stuff so y'all can get in contact with him because he has some awesome art that to share with y'all, to share with the world. So we give him much props. Another thing too, back to these flowers. We know the saying, get your flowers while you can still smell them. So that's another thing that this kind of symbolizes to me. this kind of symbolizes to me taking time to recognize fathers, role models, and those people that are helping us and have guided us while they're still here to get that recognition and give that to them. So don't hesitate to give flowers to people, to recognize people that are symbolic in your life.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's really what this podcast is about as well. It's just like making sure we give recognition to ourselves for doing and trying to do what we're doing. And for every person that we bring on and every person that we talk about, is just so important. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Where My Dad's At podcast, season 4, episode 1. You know, we're back. We're looking to build this community of the Where My Dad Is At.
Oh yeah.
And yeah.
So a lot of people probably knew already. I know through my job and stuff like that I went to a big conference
you did.
last week, right?
You did.
Yeah, so we can talk about that.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so MLE is basically pretty much a black businessmen or women get together, you know, but, you know, other people are invited too. You know, everybody's invited. Right? But they're trying to give us our flatter, know that we know how far we came, whatever, you know, we're, company-wise, business-wise, whatever. And I learned a lot. I went to a lot of classes between Wednesday and Thursday afternoon. I mean, I was pretty much from 8 o'clock all the way to 6 o'clock going back and forth to classes.
Wow.
Yeah. But a lot of things I learned from a couple of these classes was pretty much inspired me for podcast-wise, PT-wise, parent-wise, husband-wise. And one thing, I went to one class, they had a big circle saying, don't be afraid of that promotion. And a lot of us, we are afraid
for sure
for that promotion. And I admit, I told right today, I am afraid of that promotion.
Right.
And the thing of it for me is that afraid of promotion because you're thinking that you're already setting yourself up because you're thinking that you're going to fail.
Right.
If you was to accept it or to do more to get yourself a better life, a better, comfort wise, whatever. You're thinking that you can't do it, right? Who says that I can't be a CEO?
Right. Yeah. Why not?
At first, I was telling myself, but then the biggest inspiration I would have to say for one of the classes was when we had a conference call from Pharrell Williams.
Wow. That's big.
And my thing is that it was 8:30 morning class. And I'm thinking like, I'm not getting up to go to this class in the morning, whatever.
Right.
But I got up maybe like 7 o'clock, whatever, had some coffee, and I got to my class, whatever. But it was very inspirational.
Okay.
Something that warmed my heart that I needed to hear it, right?
Right.
The first thing he said was, there are so many CEOs out there who can't even read.
Right.
That make all this money.
Wow.
That have people doing their work for them.
Right.
And they're making this money.
Right.
What say I can't, and I can read.
Right.
I can do budget.
Right.
I can do all these things.
Yeah.
Who says that I can't be ahead of a company?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to be real with you. He says that us black people, we set ourselves so low with these boundaries because we see all these high CEOs who are fortunate, a lot of white males or females, whatever,
Right.
and we set ourselves low. And I'm like, wow. And everybody got very quiet in the room, like, whoa. And it was funny because we got different races in the room, right?
Right.
But a lot of the mixed race, the white folks, they were clapping. They were saying like, we agree.
Yeah,
You know, they said that
yeah.
we actually understand that, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, wow.
Right.
You know, how come, like, for instance, for Team Marco or Valuable Minds, like, we're balancing each other us out right now, right? Trying to fill each other up, try to get somewhere, right?
Right.
We don't do that a lot for us, our black males or females, whatever. We don't try to help each other up.
No.
You know, we kind of like, we try to get to the top and we're pushing
Yeah.
everybody
We feel
down.
like,
Like,
right.
I'm trying to get to the top. Hey, look,
Right.
come catch up.
Right.
It shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah,
And
it
I'm
shouldn't be
like,
like
man, and I'm listening to him. I'm like, man, you know, and he was like saying like everybody subject him to be a rapper. Well, he
Right.
says like, I'm a rapper. I'm a pop star.
Right.
I'm now a movie. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's subject to everything he does, you know, and he brings people along with them. He
Yeah.
brought on Gwen Stefani, and I'm like, man, I forgot
Yeah.
about that. He did bring her on with
Yeah,
him. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh,
He
yeah.
brought her on. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He was behind the scenes. Like
Yeah.
he was like, you know, and I'm like, and I set it to that day, and I'm like, man, I gotta really reflect on this. Like,
Right.
I gotta start bringing more of my people up. And I'm like, and I thought about it, I said, you know what? I think I'm already doing it now because now me and you connected. Mm-hmm. You know, after my birthday party, it was like, hey, we need to connect, you know?
Right.
And ever since then, everybody's saying like our vibe is kind of like boom.
Right, right.
And we went along with it.
Right.
You know, it's slowly rising, but it
Yeah.
ain't kind of like we took our foot off the gas and was like, hey man, let's go ahead and give up on it. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right.
And I'm like, and I took those inspiration words in those classes, you know what I mean? And I roll with it, and I'm kind of like, you know what? I want to start doing more for my people
Right.
and for myself and my family, for other people to be successful too, whatever.
Nice.
But how come, you know, if I'm rising to the top, I can't bring somebody along with me, whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So hopefully, you know, our inspiration for this podcast
Right.
kind of rise to the top, and then like you bring on like your artist,
Right.
you know what I mean? You tag him on, but like,
Right.
hey, and then he gets tagged on.
Right.
He tags on somebody else.
Right.
It's like a link chain.
It's supposed to be like that.
It's like a link chain, right? We're linking everybody on.
Yeah.
And then it's a strong chain.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I get my inspiration
No,
of words.
that's
Like,
what's up.
it's like a chain.
That's what we're about,
right.
man.
And we're linking everybody on. The
Yeah.
chain gets longer.
Yeah.
And longer.
Yeah.
And longer.
Yeah.
And everybody's linked on.
Right.
And everybody's doing their thing, man.
Right.
And that's what I want. That's what I want. I ain't gonna say no more because I got my inspiration stuff came up with
Nice.
because
I feel like I got goosebumps.
yeah, I see, and
I
it's
got goosebumps. For real. I got goosebumps.
and it's that man. And,
Nice.
And if I didn't get up that day, if I would have laid down that bed, like man, I'm not going. I'll make the 9:30, whatever. You know what I
I'm
mean?
telling you, man.
But I got up, and I got there, and I'm like, man, I needed to hear this, man.
Yeah.
I needed to hear this.
Yeah.
So yeah,
We
yeah.
we needed you to hear this.
Yeah. I think I messaged you when I was there.
Oh, bro.
Right? Remember? And I
you
was
told me about it before it happened.
Right.
And I don't know if you remember, but I was hyped. I might have been a little more hyped than you.
Yeah, you probably was.
Because I can't speak. I wasn't in your mind.
Yeah.
But I know I was hyped for you.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was
Man.
like, for real?
Man.
Pharrell?
For real.
For real? Like,
Yeah.
and I didn't know the extent of everything, like you said, about all the classes from 8 to 6. I didn't know it was going to be that extensive.
Man,
like
it was.
That's awesome.
It was classes that you need. Like I was like, and I signed up for these classes, whatever, because I'm
Right.
trying to build on business wise,
Yeah.
whatever. Because they know, and even when the professor know, he was like, we all know in this room that all of us don't want to be in the same position that we are right now.
Right.
Let's be real.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's what he said.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And they were saying, tell me right now what y'all do besides the why. Everybody put their hands up.
Right.
I put my hands up.
Right.
He was like, tell what you do. I says, my name is Marco. I'm a group fitness director, but I also have my own gym called
Right.
Team Marco Health and Fitness. and I have my own podcast where my dad's at. He
Let's
stopped
go.
the class, went on his face, went up there,
Let's
pulled up one of our. He was like, "Oh yeah, you're legit." Like, yeah, and I'm like, "Yeah,"
go.
and everybody was kind of like, "Oh yeah, he has his own podcast show." Like, yeah, and you know what I mean?
go.
And I'm like, that was my, and it's pretty much God saying like, if you don't take this opportunity right now,
I'm telling you.
like, don't you missed it?
I'm
and
telling
it was
you.
kind of like an alley-oop. I caught it, and
You
I was
caught-
like, bam, like, all right.
Nah, you caught it and you did some.
Yeah. Yeah, Vince Carter, yeah.
Yo, you
right? And then when I went to like the lunchtime, we meet
Right.
people, whatever, everybody asks about yourself.
Right.
I slowly engaged that and then whatever.
Right.
They're like, oh yeah, here you go. They write down
Right.
information, whatever.
Right.
It was my time. It was the time for me to pretty much spread the word.
Right.
Like, if God wasn't whispering my ear and saying like, Marka,
Yeah.
here you go. What you do with it,
Right.
it's on you.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm
I
like,
remember
all right.
before you went, that was one of the texts you sent me.
Yeah.
You sent me and you were talking about it and you said, if this is not God telling me something,
Yep.
then I don't know.
Well,
You know what I'm
what
saying?
it
Like,
is.
and that's the thing about it. But you got to get to a certain place for you to even be able to see it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is why I bring that up. A lot of times we get caught up in the timeline. We wanted to be on our timeline when we wanted.
Yeah.
Why couldn't I have done what I'm doing right now
now.
20 years ago? Because you weren't in a position to do it 20 years
Not
ago.
yet. Wasn't ready.
You potentially waste those opportunities 20 years ago. You potentially go down a wrong path 20 years ago if given an opportunity that leads to, you know, money and stuff like that. Because a lot of times, you know, they talk about with absolute power comes absolute, you know, corruption or whatever. I don't know the exact saying.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys know it.
yeah.
But the more power and responsibility you get, the more you can go wrong.
Yep.
The more room. So that's what I always talk about that with my kids and my family. Like, I don't know if I could have handled being a father in my 20s.
Oh,
Do you know what I'm saying? Like
no,
I don't know if I could have handled that. So again, you getting this opportunity now. If you believe and you have faith, this is the right time for you to get that opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's all about not looking back what you would have done with it 10 years ago. It's all about looking at what can I do with it now. And see, I think to me, you took that fastball over the plate and you smashed that.
Smashed that thing, man.
You smashed it. It's still flying out the stadium, in my
smashed it.
opinion. And that's what it's about right there.
I smashed it, man.
And bro, that's a legacy for him too. Mm-hmm. Because he's gonna have his aspiration, his dreams, and he's gonna be able to watch and say, "Oh, I remember when my dad was up there and he in front of the crowd, he shouted out the podcast and he did." It's gonna make it so much easier for him to take his opportunities and realize and recognize and be thankful and grateful for those opportunities.
Yeah.
That's another thing too. A lot of people just look at it, that's another thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's whatever. I'll get another chance or whatever. Yeah. But nah, you got to be grateful for it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's big.
Yeah, man.
That's big.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's big. Yeah. Yeah, I was definitely excited when you told me you were going to do that. And we went and saw his movie.
Okay.
So it came out Friday.
His birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, Piece by Piece, yeah. We actually got to see it early, too.
I know, y'all saw that. I said, how y'all got a VIP ticket?
Yeah, we got to see it early. It was just it was so funny because my daughter mentioned to me, for those of you who don't know, like, Marco has his son right here. I've got 3 kids. And my oldest is my daughter. She's 15, going on 16. She's big into animation. She's big into music. She's big into Pharrell.
Yeah.
So, like, she said one day we just happened to be sitting there and she was like, I was telling her about your class. I was telling her about that. And she was hyped. She was like, what? See if he can ask for some tickets for his movie. That's what she trying to get her bag in, right? So I was like, I don't know about
like that. Yeah.
But I don't know if AI heard that on my phone or Piece by Piece has been everywhere. But I got this thing that said, want to go see the movie? Free tickets. Sign up for this thing.
See,
it's like a focus group on, you know, to get people to talk about the movie and stuff like that. I signed up for it. It was like, all right, you locked in. First come, first serve. Be there. Tell me your name, and you get to see the movie. I was like, huh? Yeah. So I tell her that, and she's like, really?
That AI, man.
Look. My dad points went like this through the roof. Not only did we get to go see the movie, but we got to spend some real valuable time. Like, we got to listen to some real good music. Obviously, Pharrell's music, Gwen Stefani, different stuff like that. Like she knew all those songs. I knew all those songs. I knew a lot about his life. Yeah. So as we're talking about the movie, I'm like, yeah, that's when he met so and so, and he did so and so. We did that. Look, after we left the movie, it was about like 9 something. We drove past the high school, Princess Anne, out there, and so we got to drive past his high school, and so it was cool, and just the tie-in, you know what I mean, was awesome.
Nice,
so
man.
yeah, man.
Dog in the movie.
I saw Snoop. To me, I'm not going to give away the movie. Y'all probably know, but Snoop Dogg is in the movie.
He's Snoop.
And he's Snoop. And
they probably animated some
it's
stuff.
It's an awesome movie. But Snoop's part was my favorite.
Was it?
Part when he talked about how they made that beat. Mm-hmm. He talked about how they came up with how him and Chat how they came. Man, that story is crazy.
I might take one tomorrow.
Yeah, I was gonna say he said I'll tell you one more part.
Okay.
Like he said Pharrell said him and Chad were in the studio, and it is basically just like cloud in the studio. He said he was just laying on the ground. The cloud was up there. You know, it was affecting them the way it was affecting them. And he said he was just laying there like, and then all of a sudden him and Chad were just like. And then Snoop was like, and then Chad came in with his synthesizer. I ain't gonna tell you no more. Yeah. You're gonna love it. Y'all gonna love it.
I'm gonna take it. Whatever. That's something that he likes stuff like that too.
Timberland is in that movie.
Timberland is in the movie. Missy is in the movie. Jay-Z is in the movie. Kendrick Lamar, Pusha T is in the movie. Nice. Justin Timberlake. We could go on forever. Busta is in there.
See, and that's one of those things. Pharrell was one of those inspiration to get everybody. You know what I mean? I mean, you got to think about it, man. VA wasn't on the map a lot. It was probably towards the early 90s, whatever. Right. I think since Teddy Riley came on. And then I didn't know that maybe a year ago that Pharrell's the one who wrote his rap, and I'm like, I was like,
that's in the movie.
And I was
Since
like,
you said it,
right.
That's in the movie.
No, my brother. I looked at my brother one time about it before the movie came out. I was kind of like, and I went back and I played it. I was kind of like, that sounds like something Pharrell would say. And I'm I said, because Teddy can't rap. What a one
exactly,
can't rap. Whatever.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's another good part of the movie when they talk about that.
I'm gonna check it out, man.
Because basically, when Teddy Riley came down, like. You know,
he was from New York, right?
Yeah, he's from New York. And Teddy Riley had everything he was going on. He opened the studio up, but it wasn't really the studio. Like they talk about how the studio wasn't really open to the pub, like it wasn't open to the community or whatever like that. And so, basically, the way that him and the Neptunes linked up was through like the local community. He talks about these 2 police women. Who would go to the studio and be like, Teddy, what are you doing for the community? And so he was like, look, this is what I'm going to do for the community. I'm going to throw this talent show at this local high school, and the winners get to come and hang. That's how they got. But so I'm not going to tell no more. I'm not going to tell no more.
Okay,
but it was.
Now you made me want to go tonight, man. Jesus Christ.
These are all stories that, like, if you lived in Virginia Beach, like, I mean, if you lived in this area, you know, like we have for 20 plus years, we've heard some of these stories. Yeah. But to see them told by Pharrell is dope. It's dope. And then animated in Legos.
Makes it funny. Yeah, I got you.
Dude, it was crazy.
Yeah.
That's for the kids.
It's crazy. Yeah. So it's a real fly movie. Like I said, I got to spend time with my daughter. And it was real cool.
Nice,
it was
man.
real
nice,
cool.
Nice,
yeah.
nice,
So
nice.
definitely take little man to go see it.
Okay.
I think it might be 1 or 2 parts. It's PG. Maybe 1 or 2 parts that you gotta explain to him.
No, he'll see. He'll see it before.
But, yeah.
He's going through his horror movies right now. Whatever.
Is he really?
Yeah. So
wow.
he's good. He's watching It right now.
It. My kids watch It. Yeah, they haven't seen Chucky yet. No. They seen It for sure. Yeah. They. Yep.
I got you.
They know about them. So yeah. Definitely check that movie out.
All right,
yeah,
I got you, boss. I got you.
Yeah. So again, like it's funny, but going right back to one of my favorite topics, legacy. The legacy that Pharrell has had on the area, and then we can specifically speak to things that Pharrell has impacted us. Yeah. And that's the kind of legacy you want to leave behind. Not just that. Pharrell's story could easily be like he made all this music and all this money. The end.
Oh,
It easily could be that.
Yeah.
But he continued and said, let me give back. He went back to his old neighborhood. They did like sneaker giveaway and different things. So that might look little, but that speaks to your legacy.
Oh, yeah.
What you do for the community. I can't even begin to touch on like his company, I Am Other, and all this different stuff, you know, that he has done that just like leave a legacy behind. And he talks about like the tipping point in some of that stuff where he had to kind of get refocused, and a lot of those great things came after he kind of hit a wall, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Him and the Neptunes broke out and different stuff. So, yeah, just legacy, man. Legacy.
Pharrell's company, if y'all listening, y'all subscribe to us.
Yes.
Somebody got to be listening for his company.
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah, for
if
sure.
AI's listening to us, AI's going to put it out there.
Yeah, definitely. we right now, this podcast is coming to you live from Hampton Roads, and we spent many a day in Virginia Beach. I used to live out in Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach is big to us. Missy went to the high school, you know, in our town in Portsmouth, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? P-Town. So, like, yeah, Hampton Roads. If y'all know about Hampton Roads, you know how tight it is, and how you know what I'm saying, Suffolk. Yep, we're in Suffolk. So you know, Pharrell is big around these here parts.
Yeah, man.
So definitely, this gets back to you, Pharrell. You know what to do. Hook us up, man. Just look out for us.
Just subscribe, man.
Yeah, just subscribe. Yeah, just subscribe.
all I want is subscribe.
Yeah. And like, you know what I'm saying? And subscribe. Yeah. So definitely legacy. I did want to touch on just one other legacy piece.
Cool.
And I'm not going to get into it as deep because this kind of doesn't deviate. It speaks right to legacy, but it's a family legacy.
Oh, okay.
And we've talked about this family before on here, the Wayans family, and how funny that family is, and just how big that family is, and what they did was so cool. So I kind of just looked up the Wayans family,
right? And
just to me, it's just crazy to know that a family. It's amazing to me that a family could put out so many talented people. Like, we know the Jacksons, and I'm trying to think, what other families like put out so many talented people? You know what I'm saying? Like, even the Jacksons is kind of like one person shines and everybody else. In the Wayans family, like all of them shine.
Isley Brothers?
Isley Brothers, yeah. Isley Brothers.
It's very few. I can't really think too much of it.
It's very few. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just wanted to go back to us talking about the movie. What was it? Don't drink your juice in the hood.
Don't be a menace while drinking your juice in the hood.
Don't be a menace while drinking your juice in the hood. And how big that was.
Don't be a menace in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. There you go. It's like a long title. Yeah.
Yeah. Essentially, it was a spoof on all the gangster movies that had come out, South Central, you know what I'm saying?
90s,
Menace to Society, Boys to Men. I mean, Boys to Men. Boys in the Hood, not the group. Not Boys in the Hood. But, so just looking at all the talent that came out of that family, everything they did, and a lot of people know the Wayans family starting at In Living Color. Keenan Ivory and all the Wayans siblings that were on that show.
Yeah.
But before that show came out, you had movies like Hollywood Shuffle, Eddie Murphy Raw. Like, they were part of that. I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
I love that movie.
In Living Color, Mo Money, Blank Man, Low Down Dirty Shame, Major Pain, classic, right?
Major Pain.
The TV show, The Wayans Brothers.
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? Where they actually, and just this family, like, okay, nepotism is what nepotism is. You figure if one person gets in, you're going to help the others, but you still have to be talented.
Oh, yeah.
This was a case where not only was the family talented, you could tell how talented the family was by all the people they surrounded themselves with and how those people ended up being stars. You know what I'm saying? So who we got coming out of In Living Color? We got
Jim Carrey. We had
David Allen Greer. What's my man name? Come on, man. What's my man name? Y'all go out there and check it out.
Anybody on live? If you remember anybody from Living Color was famous, hit us up. Oh, Jennifer Lopez. She was one of the. She was a dancer.
What's the comedian name, man? The little short dude used to do. Man, what's my man name? No, I'm not gonna be. Tommy Davidson.
There you go, Tommy
Davidson.
He was funny on Martin. He came on the Martin show. Boy, yeah.
And then like Damon Wayans on the stand-up tip. Damon Wayans with his show. Damon Wayans, all these different things that they've written and produced, and all the stuff that the Wayans brothers went through with the scary movies and all the different things like that, like how they had basically they went to war with like Hollywood over those movies, and then this is how talented they were. Basically had that creative dynasty that they had made like taken away from them, kind of stolen away from them. But then they came back right back and just, you know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. That legacy, when you talk family legacy, generational legacy, and just leaving an imprint, and they still going. Like the Wayans brothers still doing their thing. Yeah. I just watched the Marlon Wayans interview with Shay Shay. So he went on Shay Shay.
I watched a little bit of it. I gotta watch it.
So, but he just talked about their mother and father, and I'm gonna shout out their mother and father. Mother and father, Howell Stoughton Wayans and Elvira Athea. Okay. Just like I gotta shout them out because of what came from them, because of who the Wayans brothers ended up who they all, and Keenan Ivory always like, they end up just being like greatness. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta shout where they came, even if their family, like even if the parents didn't necessarily cause them to do it, you still made them. I gotta give them a shout out. So shout out to the Wayans and that legacy. And not that we have to have the same legacy as them, or we have to strive to be Hollywood mega family, but just the idea of creating a legacy like you're doing with your workout and your PT. Yeah. And like how he already probably knows more about working out and physical therapy than the average 20, 30-year-old. Yeah. He probably can, like anatomy and stuff, and how to train his body and how to get in shape. Yeah. He probably knows more already. So he's already like destined to greatness. You've already set him up. Like a lot of people talk buying real estate for your family and leaving that, and that's what we should strive to do. Yeah. We can also give you this, we can also give them this foundation of like a craft, or knowing, having some skills, knowing some stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Taking pride in yourself. Just taking pride in yourself alone is a legacy. Like you said about us not looking at ourselves, looking down at ourselves, and we can't be great. We can be great.
We can be great.
We can be great, and that doesn't look like the next person's greatness necessarily, but we can be great. You know what I'm saying? I can see this dude coaching a world champion team one day. I can see this dude running, like having team Marco, and like having the biggest thing, and then having a line of clothes and all kind of line of workout gear, and like we already talked about, he probably gonna be the first man working out on the moon. So we already talked about that. So I can just see this legacy that's crazy and immense. You know what I'm saying? Man, I just wanted to touch on that because I wanted to give a shout out to them legacy. Gotcha. So there's also a clip that I'm gonna let you check out. I sent it to you. Did you watch it?
Which one?
The dude singing the Bone Thugs song.
Yeah.
With the his
Arnold.
No, not Arnold. Oh, not Arnold. That one's been going around.
The one I saw was Arnold. I didn't get that one.
No, I sent you one today. There's this dude, and I'll post it right here so everybody can see it.
Okay.
House. I miss her in the house, but she left. I should have stopped her.
But he does a lot of family comedy, right? And he really represents being a dad to a T, the good, bad, and the ugly. And he's done these songs in the past where he'll take songs and flip them. And he took this one song, he flipped it about his wife going out of town and how basically the house falls apart, right? So he did this one with Bone Thugs and I can't remember which song he flipped, but basically he's just talking about again how he basically wish his wife would come back home and how he need her. Like he looking at the dishes in the sink, he looking at all the stuff and he like falling apart. He don't know what to do. Right. So just basically talking about how you know, like how important it is to just give credit to our other half. You know what I'm saying? So I love the way he does it. He does it in a funny way. Nice. So I always like to give him props because when I listen to his songs, like I hear myself, I see myself in it. Gotcha. And so it's pretty funny. Gotcha. It's pretty funny, yeah. So I'll put you on to it.
I know it was one, I don't think you said it, whatever, but I was singing whatever, Isaac brother, I keep hearing footsteps, whatever. And when he said I keep hearing footsteps, whatever, you can hear the kids like creeping in the kitchen, whatever. I keep hearing footsteps. And then he talked to the wife. He said, I keep hearing footsteps. He said, where? In the dark?
Right.
Going on elsewhere. Footsteps, baby, in the dark. Oh, in the dark. Why I keep hearing footsteps, baby, in the dark. Oh, in the dark.
Yeah. And then it's one of those analogies, whatever. It's pretty funny, but that's off topic though. But it's good though.
Yeah, I just want to throw that out there. Nice, because it's a little humor, and like I said, I'll put it in the video so y'all can see it.
Cool.
And but it's real funny. But I like to see other content creators doing stuff around being the dad and all the stuff that goes on when you're a dad. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the good, bad, and the ugly. So but
good stuff, man.
Yeah, for sure. Where my dad's at, man. We right here, season 4. We're back for season 4, episode 1. And we got a message for you.
Many more seasons.
We got some interviews for you. Many interviews. The greatest interviews you've ever seen. And we're just going to go ahead and put it out there. 500 followers before we know it. 500 subscribers. Instagram, thank y'all for joining us, those who joined us.
We will.
And so we got an important message coming to you. We're going to go ahead and throw it to the man. He need a microphone, though.
Like, subscribe, comment in the video, like the bell. And if you want us to, see Marco, if you see this, comment if you want to be on the next podcast. We could try to make it possible.
Okay.
And we right here, y'all.
All right. That's what's up.